Welcome. This is Richmond Rising. I'm your host, Lindsay Darnell, and today we are at Middle Fork Reservoir with Denise Retz, our Richmond Park and Recreations Park Superintendent. Denise, thank you for joining us today. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Lindsay.
Today is officially the first day of summer, and today I want to talk about the Cordell Municipal Pool. What do you guys have going on there this summer?
Well, we have a ton going on at the pool. Obviously, every day there are people at the pool. We open at noon every day and it is packed. We have a ton of things there at the pool. We have a wonderful slide. We have a rock wall. We have a drop slide, all kinds of fun things for every age. And we also have swim lessons, which is really fun, and people can take advantage of that at all ages. And so we have daily entries. We have a great opportunity for passes, for family passes, and for kids passes. And we also have family nights on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. And then we also have pool parties that we do as well. So right now we're completely booked for pool parties, which is fun. So people are booking those early. So next year you just really got to get in and get those booked, but you can also be on our waiting list. So there's lots of fun things. We're really lucky to have a municipal pool, very lucky to have our pool. We work really hard. This year we have wonderful lifeguards. They're doing a spectacular job. Great management that is helping out, and so really lucky and blessed to be able to have the staff that we have out there. So, you know, shout out to them for doing what they're doing, and shout out to our community for coming to the pool and really taking advantage of our municipal pool. Work really hard there. We also have certified pool operators on our staff. A lot of people don't realize how much it takes to really get a municipal pool up and going, but we work really hard to keep that maintained. We test it daily, we test it weekly, and keep it just maintained and the chemicals flowing, and so that everybody can be safe there at the pool. And so it costs a ton of money in chemicals. I always think every year when doing our budget, like, man, this costs a ton of money. And, you know, we subsidize a lot from the city, but it is so worth it when you see those kids playing out there and you see the smiles that and the enjoyment that the families have. So we are just thrilled that we can provide a municipal pool here in the city of Richmond. And so we just want everyone to take advantage of it, right? Come out, take advantage of your municipal pool. If you haven't done it, why? Why not? Why not? You know, come out, take advantage of it. So just another perk that we have here in the city of Richmond, and we're happy to have it. So if anybody has any questions, you know, definitely call 983 Park. We're happy to help you.
And it's definitely a great way to beat the heat this summer, especially with this heat wave that we have coming.
Yes, absolutely. We have, you know, a cool way to be able to enjoy time with family, time with friends. Come on out to the pool for sure. And there's concessions too. So, you know, we don't allow anybody to bring anything in, but there are concessions to take advantage of there at the pool.
Okay. And then what other summer activities do you have going on and events this summer?
Well, the Parks Department has so many things. Obviously, we partner with a ton of people in the city. We don't duplicate services. We like to fill in the gaps, I like to say. So we really choose to try to meet people where they're at and help to just really try to help and serve. So we really have this wonderful program that has been around for tons of years called JUCO, Just Us Kids Outdoors. That's the acronym, JUCO. And so it's really about being outdoors. If it rains, we cancel. So if there's a chance of rain, you know, we watch that radar. It's about the kids being outdoors. It's about being active, and away from any devices, right? And that goes for the counselors too. They're not allowed to have their phones. They're not allowed to be on their phones. So it's about being together, being active, being outside in our parks, and it's free. And so we have 4 sites, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and they're completely full this year. So this is JUCO. And then we have, and that's 5 to 12. And then we also have junior counselors that help out too. So it's over 12. So they can come and participate and help as well. And we've got great counselors this year that come from all over, who really are involved in elementary education. So they've been spectacular, and we're just really lucky to have that. We also partner with RCS, and they're helping with our nutrition program. So they have free lunches too, and then they get field trips every Friday. Places like the Fair and Hayes and Joseph Moore and all of our great partners. They came to Middle Fork here and had a wonderful day, and got to be with RPD and our prop busters that see all kinds of fun stuff, and did a canine demonstration. And I mean, this park where we're at today, it's a 177 acre spring-fed area here where you can see the water, but also it's 405 acres of just tranquility here at this park. And this is, I don't know if people understand, but Middle Fork is, the reservoir is 60% of our drinking water. And so we actually manage the whole area here and keep it looking nice, but it's owned by Indian American Water, so that our drinking water can be clean and managed, but we can also enjoy it as a recreational area. The DNR oversees this area, so it's 24 hours fishing, and so we're really blessed to be able to have something like this here in Richmond. We have boat rentals here, and those are available while the Reservoir Service Center is open, and that's the deck that we're on here. And that's available here, canoes and kayaks and boat rentals. And some people don't even know we have those kinds of programs and availability. And so you can do that right in your backyard, right here in Richmond. And so we're just really lucky to be able to have those kinds of things. And we just want to shout it from the rooftop, because we don't, some people go to Brookville, some people go outside of the city to do those things they can do right here in Richmond. And so we want to make sure people know that about that. And some people say, well, I didn't know, we have our rec guide, we have our website, we have Facebook, we plaster it. I know you as community development, you're putting it all over the place, telling everybody what all we've got going on, doing Richmond Rising, which is amazing, this TV show. So we're trying to get the word out. We're trying to tell people what's going on. They just got to take advantage of it.
It's great. So what other projects do you have going on this year for the parks?
So we have projects every day. I mean, if we're not doing a project, we're repairing something as well. I mean, there's always something that's needed. There's always something that needs repaired, or something that's being improved. One of the really cool things about Richmond Parks and Recreation that makes us different is that we have 6 playgrounds that are completely compliant. So we work really hard to keep those compliant, and we audit our playgrounds every year. So that's really hard for people, for parks departments and park systems to say that they do, but we work really hard to audit those and keep those safe for all families here in Richmond and for our visitors. So we've been working through some of those audits and making sure that all of our playgrounds are up to date, and all of our playgrounds, anything that needs to be changed on those are done. So we're almost done with that. We just changed out a piece on a component at Springwood, so that's done. We're working hard to check our roofs on areas and making sure what needs to be done with that. We just finished getting all of our roofs done on our shelters. And so the shelters have been changed to all metal roofs, which is maintenance free for us. And, that is very helpful. So we're working through that. Also, we paint on a regular basis. We're constantly painting things. So that's a big project for us. We constantly ask for volunteers. Volunteers are needed on a regular basis to help offset what we can't do with the regular amount of people that we have. Obviously, there are times where we constantly have mowers go down. There's some terrain that's kind of rough when we're mowing, and we mow a lot of acreage. There's 1,100 acres in Richmond Parks and Recreation, our park system, and so we offset with a lot of part-time people to try to get our mowing done and our weed eating done in those high peak mowing times. But sometimes those mowers go down. I mean, with the constant mowing that we do, we've got to get those repaired and get those back out. So our mechanic does a really good job with that. But you know, we don't have a ton of people that mow, and so we always can use volunteers to help with those painting and those small projects and things like that we need, picking up trash. But we do have a lot of volunteers who come out, and we're really thankful for that. But lots of projects going on, lots of ongoing long-term projects like the Whitewater Gorge, which is so exciting. People have probably heard a ton about that. Got a lot of funding that's coming in for the Whitewater Gorge. That can be a show all in itself. So, you know, I don't want to go into all of the Whitewater Gorge because, again, we could talk for hours on that. But lots of fun things happening there. Expansion of the Test Road Trailhead and some repairs along our oldest trail, which is the Gorge Trail. And so that is just fun and very exciting. And so those are things that have been needing to happen, but there's $1 million that is already set aside for that. And then we have another $1.4 million that'll be set aside for phase 2, and then another $200,000 set aside for some launch, and then another $2.5 million from Revitalize Richmond that we'll be working on some zip lining. So we'll be working on leveraging all those funds to make the Whitewater Gorge amazing. So if I had to talk about like one overarching project that will be a game changer for the park system, it would be that.
And that's great because a lot of people go down to zipline in other cities, so we'll be able to do that here in Richmond.
In the next 5 years, I look for the Whitewater Gorge to look a ton different and to also be a very big destination for our city.
That's great. That's great. So what are your main goals to be involved with the community, with the parks?
Well, the main goal has always been to keep our parks safe and beautiful for the community. We want to be a destination. We want people to want to move here, stay here, play here, and that is what the park should be. We want to be a quality of place initiative. We want to be why people want to come here. We want people to say that our parks are a destination, that they want to come from all over just to experience our parks, and that we are just a beacon of something that people want to be and strive to be. And, you know, we're getting there. We've had some work to do, right? Rome wasn't built in a day. And when I took over 9 years ago, there was some significant issues. And so we're working through those and trying to repair and improve as we go. And our park team is phenomenal. They don't take no for an answer, just like I don't take no for an answer. We have pride in our park system, just like our community does. And our community deserves the best park system that they can have. And we're working through that.
Now, I don't think everyone knows how many parks we actually have in Richmond. I didn't know when we went on the parks tour.
Yeah.
How many parks does Richmond have?
We have 19 parks, 1,100 acres, and we maintain more property than that. So a lot of people don't realize that we do maintain the entire Main Street area. We maintain the city building. We obviously have a senior recreation center that we maintain and take care of, the pool, and you know, we also maintain the former Glenn Miller Golf Course, and we also help with Highland Lake Golf Course. So, you know, there's a lot of subset areas that we maintain. We help with the pots in the depot area. When Loop Phase 2 comes through, you know, we're gonna have to help with some of that. And, you know, we have 2 landscape and floral people that take care of all of the landscaping in that 1,100 acres. That's 2 full-time people. That's it. And people are amazed by that. When you have Indianapolis, who have an entire team of people, or Carmel, who, you know, they hire it out. I mean, this is something that is completely different than anywhere else. And, you know, our team works hard And, you know, you might have some people who grumble about, you know, how some things take a little while to do sometimes, but we have 2 people to get to those things, but they do a phenomenal job and they get that work done. And sometimes they work circles around people. Just like, you know, it might take a little bit of time to get some mowing done and get to the next spot. We've got a mowing schedule. It gets done, you know. Everything gets done, but we have a limited crew, we have limited resources, we have limited funding, but it gets done. And these people do a phenomenal job with the amount of resources and funding and people that we have. So I'm proud of our park team, and they do a wonderful job with the amount of parks that we have and the amount of spaces that we have to maintain. And I tell you, I wouldn't have it any other way, because our city is park rich. You know, we say that over and over again. We're blessed. The amount of parks that we have that people can walk to in their neighborhoods, the flagship parks we have like Middle Fork and Glen Miller, those are a blessing. We are lucky. Our city is dynamic when it comes to parks. We just need to make sure that we can take care of those the best that we can and get them to where they need to be. And they're coming.
That's great. So I want to also talk about the Richmond Farmers Market. I know they're back at Jack Elstro Plaza. They were down at Star Gannett building for the winter Farmers Market, which I don't think a lot of people realize that they still are there during the winter months. But what do they have in store this summer at the Jack Elstro Plaza?
So our market is completely different than a lot of markets. So our Richmond Farmers Market, I've been to a lot of markets in different cities, even bigger cities than us. Our market is light years ahead. You know, I've been to Colorado, I've been to Madison, Indiana, and you know, I just kind of laugh a little bit. I don't mean to talk bad about other cities, but our market shines. You know, and I'll say that we got second in the state last year for our market, and that was phenomenal. We got, you know, it is just wonderful to see that we are doing so great at our market, and we provide so many different avenues for anyone who needs them. We match SNAP benefits, so you can come and you can swipe your card for $10 and get 20. And that is an option that a lot of markets do not have. We now also match WIC, and we provide a lot of other opportunities that the markets do not have. So we are very lucky in that respect. We also have a year-round market, and not a lot of people can say they have a year-round market. So we operate in the summer and in the winter and provide a lot of produce in both areas, and also a lot of value-added goods. So we're right now in the process that you can actually vote again for your favorite market. And so definitely go onto our Facebook page and see how to do that, because we definitely need those votes. We were almost close to beating one of the largest markets in Indiana, which is Fort Wayne. And they have got a great market, but we were so close, we gave them a run for their money. So we want to be that #1 market in the state of Indiana, because we believe we are. So yeah, we're itching right there, almost close.
And it's a great place to go on a Saturday morning, just to kind of walk around, see what they have, the different vendors. I know you recently had the kids farmers market, which I brought my son to, and he enjoyed it. He had a blast.
Good. Yeah, we try to make some fun events each Saturday, make it a destination, be something that you want to say, meet me at the market. Just meet me at the market. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So one thing before we do have to close, how does the community find out about renting a shelter for a party that they want to do? I know a lot of people have asked on Facebook, hey, how do I get a hold of them to rent a shelter? So how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, so we have a ton of shelters. They're either open air or enclosed, and we also have the Star Gannett building where a lot of people rent for bigger functions or weddings and things like that. So they can always call 983-PARK and we can walk them through it. They can go online and they can go to our Facebook page or richmondindiana.gov, and it shows, hey, click on here, you can rent a shelter. Very easy way to do that. But again, they can just call 983 Park. That's probably the easiest way. We can tell them how to get on. If they haven't made an account with us, they can make a quick account. It's fairly simple, and they can just point and click and reserve there. They can also visit our office at Glen Miller, right across from the pond by the playground, 2200 East Main, and come up to the window, and we'll show them how to do it, or we will reserve it right there for them.
That's great.
And so there's lots of fun things that we have going on, and we can also give them a rec guide when they come and visit the parks. If they want to stop by, we can also give them trail maps now. We've just had our trail maps printed, and we also have those online now. So we have not had our trail maps done until now. And so now people can visit our trails whenever they need to, and they can be able to access those at any time.
Okay, so you talked about that you don't have a lot of resources for the parks. Can you tell me a little bit about how you get more things done without having the staff that you do need for the 1,100 acres?
So I would say that, we have a ton of support in the community. It is great to hear all the feedback that we have, the generous donors that we have. Our community is very generous. When we request donations, they come. I mean, we have amazing donors and sponsors that help with our programming. A lot of people don't realize, but our budget only really covers operations. So all the programming that we do, the JUCO camps, all of our events, and all of those things that we do, all of the programs, all of that has to be raised by either donors, grants, or programming dollars and sponsors. So a lot of people think all that comes from tax dollars. It does not. Those come from what we raise each and every year from our generous donors. So we are very thankful for that. And then on top of that, we work with a ton of partners each and every year to be able to serve more people. So there's a ton of people who do things in our parks that serve more people. They do events in our parks. We allow them to do them for free to serve more people. We also have partners like the pickleball group and the pickleball club, and we also have partners like the Orchard, and also lots of people like IU East and Ivy Tech, and lots of people who do amazing things for our parks so that we can serve more people. It's so nice to be able to have partners like this that come alongside you and are able to serve the community, and we can do this together. And, together we can always serve more.
And I think that makes us lucky to have those partners to help out.
Absolutely.
Denise, I want to say thank you for joining me today on Richmond Rising.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
This was Richmond Rising. Make sure you join us next month. Until then, see you later.